Speaker, another petition is against by Academic Staff Union of Polytechnic, Kaduna chapter, petition on the dismissal of the staff without due process. Mr. Speaker, another petition is by coalition of civil society organizations on dismissal, urgent petition for the dismissal of managing director of NDDC. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, with your kind permission, I lay this petition before you for resolution. I so move.
Please go ahead. Yes, Honorable, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Mudashiru Lukman, representing the good people of Iwo Ayedire Olaoluwa Federal Constituency. I'm from Osun State. Mr. Speaker, I have a petition from my constituents. Two communities from my constituents wrote a petition against Oba Adeboye Salako, Sinade, the Olofa Igbo, and the Akim Adeboye for the offense of murder, terrorism, assault, and conduct that likely to cause breach of peace. Mr. Speaker, with your kind permission, I want to lay this petition in front of you.
Please go ahead, Honorable. All petitions are referred to the Committee on Public Petitions for further legislative action. We'll take them tomorrow. It's because of time, please. I beg you to leave your order until tomorrow, please. Thank you. Leader, please can you move that the House suspend its rules to admit members of Nigeria Olympic Committee?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do suspend its relevant rules in order to admit strangers into the chambers. I so move.
Minority Leader, please can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion as moved by the House Leader. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, please direct.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House, pursuant to Order 6, Rule 4, 1, and 2, of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives, do admit into the chamber the Honorable Minister of Sports, President of the Olympic and Paralympic Committee, and the 2024 Olympic-Paralympic contingent for the purpose of presenting the newly unveiled 2024 Olympic sport kits. I so move.
Minority Leader, please can you second?
My dear colleagues, Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion for admittance of non-members into the chambers under Order 6, Rule 4. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, please can you usher them in? Okay, that's okay. Honorable colleagues, The second business of the day is presentation of 35 bills. I now invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members, Nigerian Intelligence Trust Fund Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, 6th Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, 6th Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. National Films and Video Censors Board Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, 6th Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. National Creativity Agency Bill 2024, first reading. Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, 6th Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. National Tobacco Control Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. National Youth Service Corps Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, 6th Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Forestry Research Institute of Nigeria Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Nigeria Metallurgical Industry Bill 2024, first reading. Electricity Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Southeast Erosion Control Commission Bill 2024, first reading. Electoral Act 2022 Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Umar El Kanemi, College of Education, Science and Technology, Bama, Borno State Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, 6th Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. National Integrated Rural Community Development Agency Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Electoral Act 2022 Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Digital Marketing Regulation Bill 2024, first reading. National Digital Economy and E-Governance Bill 2024, first reading. Petroleum Industry Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. National Agricultural Machinery Supply and Management Agency Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, 6th Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Colleges of Education Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Armed Forces Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, 6th Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Standards Organization of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Finance Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Colleges of Education Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading.
Honorable colleagues, the third business of the day is presentation of report of the Committee on Niger Delta Commission, NDDC, on the issue from the Statutory Revenue Fund of the Niger Delta Development Commission, the total sum of 1,911,800,000,000 naira only, out of which the sum of 38,545,349,193 naira only is for personnel expenditure, while the sum of 29,246,506,753 naira only is for overhead expenditure. 8,000,000,000 785,574,130 naira only is for internal capital expenditure, while the sum of 835,222,569,924 naira only is for development projects, while the sum of 1 billion naira only is for legacy projects funded by borrowing for the year ending 30th April 2025, standing in the name of Honorable Ireta K. Ibori Suewu. Honorable Ibori is hereby invited to present the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My very respected colleagues, I am Honorable Eriata K. Ibori Suewu, member representing the great people of Ethiopia East, Ethiopia West Constituency, Delta State. I rise to move that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, on the issue from the statutory revenue funds of the Niger Delta Development Commission to the total sum of 1,911,800,000,000 naira only, out of which the sum of 38,545,349,193 naira only for personnel expenditure, while the sum of 29,246,560,753 naira only is for overhead expenditure. For overhead expenditure, 8,785,574,130 naira only is for internal capital expenditure. The sum of 8,035,222,569,924 naira only is for development projects, while the sum of 1 trillion naira only is for legacy projects funded by the borrowings of the year ending 30th of April 2025. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Idem.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Idem Unyime, member representing Okanafun, Urugonam Federal Constituency of Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by the Chairman House Committee on NDDC that the House do receive the report as presented. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The fourth order of the day is presentation of several reports of the Committee on Health Institutions, standing in the name of Honorable Amos Gwamna Magaji. Honorable Magaji is hereby invited to move the motion. Sorry, to present the reports. Where is the deputy?
I'm here, sir.
Please go ahead.
Right Honorable Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, my name is Adeshola Adedayo. I represent the good people of Apapa Federal Constituency. I am from the Center of Excellence,
the state of aquatic splendor, the sixth largest economy in Black Africa, the cosmopolitan and liberal state. I am Dr. Adedayo. Right Honorable Speaker and my colleagues, I rise this afternoon to request that the House do allow me to make a report on a number of decisions that were taken at the Committee on Health Institutions. I so move, Mr. Speaker and my colleagues.
Any seconder? Honorable Aikin, works and health, are they compatible?
Very well, sir.
So go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Honorable Akin Alabi. I represent the good people of Egbeda Onara Federal Constituency. I'm from Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion that these reports be laid by Honorable Adedayo from Lagos State. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it.
Right Honorable Speaker, you just want me to lay it.
Just go ahead and lay your report, okay? Honorable colleagues, it's our pleasure to welcome the Honorable Minister with the Permanent Secretary, other members of the Ministry of Sports, along with our Paralympics athletes who are here to witness our sitting and at the same time collect our goodwill messages. You are most welcome, Honorable Minister. Honorable, you are welcome. Our sport boys and girls, you are also welcome here. Good to see you. Thank you. The first order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Chartered Institute of Human Capital Development of Nigeria to make provisions, among other things, for membership and control of the profession of human capital development and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Thursday, 11 July 2024. I therefore call on the Leader of the House to move that the bill be now read the third time.
Mr. Speaker, Professor Julius Ihonvere.
Leader, please, because of time, can you take number 1 to 6 together?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to move that bills HB 1261, 1262, SB 75, HB 1043, HB 1046, HB 1038 be taken for third reading. I so move.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second that we take for third reading HB 1261, HB 1262, SB 75, HB 1043, HB 1046, and HB 1038. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to establish Chartered Institute of Human Capital Development of Nigeria to make provisions, among other things, for membership and control of the profession of human capital development and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish Chartered Institute of Export and Commodity Brokers of Nigeria to regulate the practice, professional conduct, and promote the highest standards of competence among the members of the profession and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act provide for establishment of Nigerian Maritime University, Okere Nkoko, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to repeal the Medical and Dental Practitioners Act, Cap M8, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, and enact the Medical and Dental Practitioners Bill and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish Chartered Institute of Auctioneers, provide for the control of its membership and to promote the practice of auctioneers in Nigeria and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to repeal the Nigeria Shippers Council Act, Cap N133, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, and enact Nigeria Shipping and Port Economic Regulatory Agency and for related matters. Third reading.
6 bills read and passed for the third time. The seventh order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Appropriation Act 2024 to authorize the issue from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation the total sum of 3,200 billion naira only for capital expenditure, and the sum of 3 trillion naira only for recurrent expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2024, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 17 July 2024, and I invite the Leader to move that the bill be read a second time.
Mr. Speaker, Julius Ihonvere, Owan Federal Constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that the bill for an act to amend the Appropriation Act 2024 and to authorize the issuance from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation the total sum of 3,200 billion naira for capital expenditure and the sum of 3 trillion naira only for recurrent expenditure for the year ending on the 31st day of December 2024, HB 1610, be read the second time. I so move.
Leader, please can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleague, my name is Aliyu Sanuma Daki. I stand to second the motion that Bill number HB 1610 be read for the second time. I do second, sir.
Those in favor of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Appropriation Act 2024 to authorize the issue from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation the total sum of 3,200 billion naira only for capital expenditure and the sum of 3 trillion naira only for recurrent expenditure for the year ending 31st day of December 2024. Second reading.
Bill referred to the Committee on Appropriation for further legislative action. The eighth order of the day is debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Finance Act 2023 to impose and charge windfall tax on banks and provide for the administration of the tax and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 17th July 2024. And I invite the House Leader to move that the bill be read a second time.
Mr. Speaker, Professor Julius Ihonvere, OON, DSSRS, Owan Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm proudly from Edo State. I rise to move that a bill for an act to amend the Finance Act 2023 to impose and charge windfall tax on banks and provide for the administration of the tax and for related matters, HB 1611, be read a second time, I so move.
Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues, my name is Aliyu Sanima Daki, and I represent the Ala Federal constituency of Kano State. I stand to second the motion that Bill number HB 1611 be read for the second time. I do second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to amend the Finance Act 2023 to impose and charge windfall tax on banks and provide for the administration of the tax and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred to the Committee on Finance for further legislative action. The ninth order of the day is consideration of report of the Committee on Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, on the issue from the Statutory Revenue Fund of the Niger Delta Development Commission, the total sum of 1,911,800,000,000 naira only, out of which the sum of 38,545,349,193 naira only is for personal expenditure, while the sum of 29,246,506,753 naira only is for overhead expenditure. 8,785,574,130 naira only is for internal capital expenditure, while the sum of 835,222,569,924 naira only is for development projects, while the sum of 1 trillion naira only is for legacy projects funded by borrowing for the year ending 30th April 2025. Honorable members will recall that the report was laid on Wednesday, 17 July 2024. Honorable Ibori is hereby invited to move for its consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My very respected colleagues. Once again, I am Honorable Eriatake Ibori-Swenu, member representing the great people of Ethiopia East, Ethiopia West Constituency, Delta States. I rise to move that this House do consider the report of the Committee on Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, on the issue from the Statutory Revenue Fund of the Niger Delta Development Commission to the sum of 1,911,800,000,000 naira only. Out of this sum, 38,545,349,193 naira only is for personnel expenditure, while the sum of 29,246,560,753 naira only is for overhead expenditure. 8,785,574,130 naira only is for internal capital expenditure, while the sum of 822,222,569,924 naira only is for development projects, while the sum of 1 trillion naira only is for legacy projects funded by borrowing for the year ending 30th of April 2025, and approve recommendation therein. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so move.
The deputy chairman of the committee, if he's around. Deputy chair, is he there?
Thank
the person
you.
I'm seeing is like the chairman of the committee of deputies. He is also the deputy chairman of this committee. God bless us.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, my dear respected colleagues. I remain Honorable Jafar Rileko, and I represent Nigerians from Bogoro, Das, and Tafa Balewa. I rise this afternoon to second this very, very important motion as heavily moved by my able chair. I so second, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues.
I like that word, able chair. That goes to show that all is well. With your kind permission, I put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Aye. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. NDDC, you are really taking care of your members. I can see it clearly. House Leader, please can you move that the House do resolve to the Committee of Supply?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do resolve to Committee on Supply to consider the report. I so move.
Minority Leader, can you second, please?
Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues, Aliyu Sanuma Adaki is my name, and I represent the Ala Federal Constituency of Kano State. I stand to second the motion that we do dissolve into Committee of Supply as requested by the House Leader. I do second, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. House hereby resolved to the Committee of Supply. Thank you.
Clerk, you give the DS this is the speech for the sports people. And then guide him, give him the agenda, the program.
It's just A and B.
So where we are, we're in 15 more. Honorable colleagues, the report to be considered is that of the Committee on Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, on the issue from the Statutory Revenue Fund of the Niger Delta Development Commission, the total sum of 1,911,800,000,000 naira, only out of which the sum of 38,545,349,193 naira. Only is for personnel expenditure, while the sum of 29,246,506,753 naira only is for overhead expenditure. 8,785,574,130 naira only is for internal capital expenditure, while the sum of 835,222,569,924 naira only is for development projects, while the sum of 1 trillion naira only is for legacy projects funded by borrowing for the year ending 30 April 2025. Honorable Ibori Suenu will give the synopsis of the report. Please, just 1 minute for that synopsis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am once again Honorable Eriatake Ibori Suenu, member representing the great people of Ethiopia East, Ethiopia West constituency from Delta States. This House may recall that Mr. President, the Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, had delivered a budget proposal of 1.9 trillion to this very great House. And the summary of this budget is stated as 38,545,349,193 naira only for personnel expenditure, and the sum of 29,246,569,753 naira only is for overhead expenditure. The sum of 8,785,574,130 naira only is for internal capital expenditure, while the sum of 835,222,569,924 naira only is for developmental project. And it is shown here that the sum of 1 trillion naira has been allocated for ongoing and legacy projects to move the region forward. It is clear that this budget is geared against improving the lives of the people of the Niger Delta and also to change the narrative of the Commission and the Niger Delta that the Commission is a cash cow of the region. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. That was straight to the point. Honorable colleagues, the question is that recommendation A1 to 59 and project development expenditure recommendation 1 to 10 be made part of this report. Recommendation A1 to 59 carried. Project development expenditure recommendation 1 to 10. Deputy Leader, please move that the House will revert to plenary to consider to adopt the report from the Committee of Supply.
Speaker, honorable colleagues, Abdullah Ibrahim Halim is my name. I am from Kogi State and I represent the wonderful people of Pankpa, Malalambo, Federal Constituency. I hereby move that the House revert to plenary for consideration of report. I so move. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very much. Leader, second, please.
Mr. Chairman, my highly respected colleagues, I stand to second the motion that the House do revert back to plenary to consider the report. I do second, sir.
Thank you very much. Motion moved and seconded. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby reverts to plenary to adopt the report from the Committee of Supply. Dear honorable colleagues, the House in Committee of Supply considered the report of the Committee on Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, on the issue of the Statutory Revenue Fund of the Niger Delta NDDC, on the issue from the Statutory Revenue Fund of the sum of 1,038,545,349,193 naira only is for personnel expenditure, while the sum of 29,246,506,753 naira only is for overhead expenditure. 8,785,574,130 naira only is for internal capital expenditure, while the sum of 835,222,569,924 naira only is for development projects, while the sum of 1 trillion naira only is for legacy projects funded by borrowing for the year ending 30th April 2025. And the House approved the recommendations of the report therein. Leader, please move that the House do adopt the report of the Committee of Supply as a working instrument of the Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. Once again, Abdullah Ibrahim Halims is my name. I'm from Kogi State. I hereby move that the House do adopt the report of the committee's report as a working tool for the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, Leader, please, can you second? Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleague, I stand to second the motion as moved by the House Leader. I do second.
Those in support of the motion to adopt the report coming from the Committee of Supply say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable colleagues, we have in our midst people we are proud of, people who are set to make Nigeria proud, the forthcoming Olympics. They have come to the People's Parliament, the People's House, for their support as they prepare to leave Nigeria to compete globally. I will now invite Engineer Muhammad Buba Jajere, the chairman or the deputy chairman, House Committee on Sports, to give us a welcome address.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, our invited guests. It is my pleasure to welcome our guests to the hallowed chambers for this special program. I want to start this opening remark by condoling Mr. Speaker, the leadership, our honorable colleagues, and the entire sporting community over the loss of our amiable chairman of the sports committee, Honorable Abubakar Ekene Adams, whose sad departure occurred yesterday. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. This event was initiated and orchestrated by late Honorable Ekene Adams, whose passion for sports cannot be quantified. Honorable colleagues, Mr. Speaker, the Sports Committee is extremely grateful to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Dr. Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, for granting our request to host our Olympic team at today's plenary. This event is the first of its kind in the history of the House of Representatives and the National Assembly at large. Thank you, the People's Speaker. There is no doubt that today's event will spur and ginger our contingent to win medals for our dear nation. The dwindling sports fortunes of the nation in recent years is of great concern to the committee and the House of Representatives in general. The unenviable state of our sporting activities is not unconnected to poor funding, lack of adequate planning and preparations. There is no gainsaying, therefore, that our Olympic fortunes has dwindled from 2 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze medals in 1996 at Atlanta, USA, to only 1 silver and 1 bronze medal at the last Olympics in Tokyo, Japan in 2020. It is therefore in the bid to stop this dwindling fortune that the committee consulted with the People's Speaker to ensure a turning point in the history of our sports in Nigeria, which he graciously accepted. Today's event, therefore, is one out of many that the Honorable Speaker has outlined to assist the Olympic team and Nigerian sports in general. We plead with honorable members and our big brothers in the Red Chamber, corporate organizations and sports philanthropists to join hands and raise funds for our contingents. Our intention also is to initiate, along with the Federal Ministry of Sports, to come up with a bill on the Olympic Trust Fund, which we intend to initiate very soon. Honorable colleagues, Mr. Speaker, our invited guest, I welcome you and hope and thank you for listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will allow 2 people from the Committee of Sports to say something. You're from Committee of Sports? Yes, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished colleagues, I am Ali Ubafa Misau, representing the good people of Misau Dambam Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, the sports cycle is my second constituency. I was captain of Bauchi State Team Hockey. I was chairman Hockey Federation. I was chairman Hockey Federation in Gombe. I was member of the board of Hockey Federation. I was Deputy Secretary General of the Nigeria Olympics Committee. I was 2 times, 3 times Treasurer of the Nigerian Olympics Committee.
Wow.
Therefore, sir, what I'm going to say about Olympics is a genuine one. If I'm going to say about the problems of Nigerian Olympics team, is still a general one. Mr. Speaker, sir, preparation of Olympics starts when the handing over of flags to the next hosting country means the preparation of this year's Olympics started 4 years back. Mr. Chair, it is only in this country that there is little fund to support the athletes. We always don't prepare the athletes in capturing their request for budget. The budget request for Olympic for 2020, the next Olympic should have started in next year's budget. Why? Because the athletes need to prepare. There are two things in Olympics, sir. The participation, which is one, and winning the medal. For you to win a medal in Olympics, you are going to compete with the best athletes in the world. Therefore, there are stages for which athletes get themselves prepared. There are various competitions that they have to engage before they could qualify for any championship. Nigerian contingent, we are very proud of them. These are people that sometimes sponsored themselves for most of the qualification. The ministry, we want to salute their courage. Some, because of felicity of funds, usually they find it difficult to sponsor athletes for the qualification. Therefore, at the end of the day, we end up with wild cards. Sir, I believe by this Paris Olympics, Nigeria will excel. And I want to tell you, the Paralympics, that is the Paralympics, usually does better than the normal able men in the Olympics. But I believe with the minister's attention on the athletes, definitely this year's Olympics will be better. Yet, Mr. Speaker, as at now, there is no enough fund to support these athletes. The fund budgeted and approved for the ministry to take this athlete to Olympics is grossly inadequate. I therefore urge philanthropists and we, members of the National Assembly, to at least help these people to have enough funds to carry them to this competition. So some of the athletes are flying first class in the aircraft. But these athletes, probably they will end up in economy, while their colleagues in United States, even South Africa here, they are flying in. If you see how they dress, you see what they are doing, the facilities they have, all these are not available to the Nigerian contingent. In South Africa, so let me just take a little moment of view. In South Africa, there is the Rotary Trust Fund that takes care of all the federations, supporting them from beginning to end. In every year, they will give them budget.
Okay, round up so that others can speak too.
Sir?
Round up so that others can speak.
So, sir, we may likely come up with the trust fund, the Olympic Trust Fund, and we will want probably to bring in another change in the Rotary Trust Fund because they have a lot of funds. And if we could not give money to the federations to support them from the budget, sir, definitely we won't go anywhere. Therefore, I urge this House, and we thank the Honorable Speaker for giving the Sports Committee and the athletes the honor to sit here. And again, we will want the House to resolve and call on philanthropists to help these ladies and gentlemen who are representing us in the championship. Thank you very much, sir, for giving us this golden opportunity to bring in the team into this yellow chamber so that the people will see the contingent, pray for them, and support them in the next Paris Olympics. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Osaro, you are raising your hand.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Famous Adesuwa Asawaru. I represent the good people of Orienwa Federal Constituency of Edo State, a very proud Benin chief. Mr. Speaker, as the chairman subcommittee on sports, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for letting me speak. My honorable colleagues, Mr. Speaker, we are so glad to have the NOC on the floor in the chamber today. Mr. Speaker, we have to start doing things differently. As the House, we have seen that sports is one event that brings Nigerians together. This event, this sport, should be something that we all rally around, Mr. Speaker. Our Nigerian contingents are so committed that they even fund themselves. They prepare for these events. For those that are Olympians understand, you cannot be an Olympian by just training for 1 month, 1 year. At least 4 years for you to be very competitive and be sure of a gold medal or a medal at all. Mr. Speaker, we thought about this
and felt it would be good for us as National Assembly, House of Reps in particular, to bridge this gap of taking care of the problem. This problem that is so peculiar to the Nigerian thing. Problem of bureaucracy, where our contingents don't get even paid their remunerations, but yet we want them to be patriotic enough to keep winning medals for this country. Mr. Speaker, we believe, as the representative of the people, we should take up this role of bridging this gap, even if bureaucracy will not let the ministries or agencies do what they are supposed to do. We believe the National Assembly can come in here and support this thing. We are going to put our money where our mouth is and still reach out to other Nigerians, other stakeholders to support this cause. Mr. Speaker, if not for anything, before the death of the able chairman, Mr. Speaker, this was his legacy. This was something he believed in. He preached to us, even on his deathbed, that if we are doing nothing for him, we should please make sure we make this his legacy. Make sure the National Assembly support this thing, and we make it a tradition that when they are leaving the one Olympic, they start preparing for the second Olympics, because it takes at least 4 years for any Olympian to be sure of a medal. Mr. Speaker, please, we are calling on this House today to rally around this team. Let's see what we can do for them. Let's call on all Nigerians that mean well for this sport that always brings Nigerians together, to rally around them. Let's raise whatever we can raise for them, instead of letting bureaucracy frustrate our young men and women that are so patriotic to represent this country. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for giving me this floor to speak.
Thank you very much. I've noticed, though we were scheduled to do only 2 members to allow them speak because they have something to say, but we'll waive that and take more 2 members, if you don't mind. I would like to hear from you, and then after that, I will hear from you. Just 2 members so that we'll allow them to say something, our visitors.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, Honorable Bashir Usman Goro is my name, member representing Goranyo Gada Pearl constituency from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, I confess myself to speak from experience as a former Commissioner of Youth and Sport Development from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, Nigeria, we were blessed with good athletes participating in local competitions and even internationally. But 2 things is clearly problem. One, my elder brother raised issues of funding is one issue, and another one is patriotic response of athletes. I'm speaking from experience. I led my team, Sokoto Rima Handball, become champion of handball in Nigeria. We participated in African handball competition. Unfortunately, because of that lack of patriotic response from our team, we supported them. I flight them via Morocco Air, from Sokoto down to Morocco. We booked flight ticket for them, everything. But only for them to go and play bad match and represent the country in a bad way, just because we cannot afford to respond to their allowances in one day, Mr. Speaker, in one day. And technical issue that we are new people in that country, we cannot get exchange rate to settle their allowances in one day. Mr. Speaker, it is good for government to make funding, and it is good also for athletes to know that patriotism is what matters when you are representing your country. And again, Mr. Speaker, so many competition in this country, person challenging because of patriotism. So if you are playing for your country, my advice to you, if you get money, it's your entitlement. If you do not get money, proud of yourself that I am representing my country. At the end of the day, whether your country supported you or not, the final result is that the whole country will rally around you and celebrate with you. That is the period that you become a hero and your country become proud of you, but never put at the back of your mind that if you did not get A, you will not provide B. My kind advice to you is that you know the situation, you know the challenges, we know the situation, we know the challenges. As you are preferred to go to represent your country in patriotic manner.
Thank
For
you.
this house, let us see what we can generate from our own. We don't mind what will be the bureaucracy or whatever. This house shall support the athlete to see how we can support their logistics to go for this participation. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Okay, I promise Chakwai to say something.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My name is Mukhtar Zakari Chawai. I represent...
No, we will only waive it one more time because of a woman. No woman has spoken. So after him, just one more time, please. Speaker wanted only 2 people from the committee, but we're waiving because of the interest in the House. I hope you don't mind.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I represent Karu Federal Constituency of Kaduna State. Mr. Speaker, I want to start by thanking the leadership for hosting the Olympic team. Beyond that, I want to toe the line of the Deputy Chairman to offer my deepest condolences to the House over the demise of our committee chairman, Honorable Ekene Abubakar Adams. Like the Deputy Chairman stated, this is his brainchild, this is his initiative, and I believe it coming to fruition will be a legacy that will live under his name. I want to congratulate all the athletes for being selected to represent Nigeria. They qualified to represent Nigeria, and I think it's important we congratulate them, and I also wish them the best of luck when they go to Paris for the Olympics. Mr. Speaker, patriotism has been spoken about severally, and I believe Nigerian athletes demonstrate what true patriotism is, because contrary to what obtains in other countries, privileges that other athletes get, Nigerian athletes do not get those kind of privileges. And when they go out, you see them giving their all, blood, sweat, to make sure they do the best for this nation. So, Mr. Speaker, we commend them on their patriotism. We commend them on their sacrifice. We see what you do for the nation, and we wish you well as you sacrifice for the nation despite various challenges that presents itself ahead of you. We have in our midst not just the athletes participating in the Paris Olympic, we also have our Paralympians. Mr. Speaker, they have made this country proud in terms of medals over time. It's very important we support them. It is very important we initiate an Olympic endowment fund, Mr. Speaker. Want to call on the federal government, the state governments, well-meaning Nigerians, organizations, and other agencies to come in and aid our sports industry. Like the former treasurer mentioned, honorable colleague from Bauchi, gave an example with South Africa and how their sports industry is supported by the Rotary. I think it's something we need to look at in Nigeria. Let's look inwards to see how we can support the sporting industry. Nigeria is a nation blessed with talent, and it's important we harness this talent. I will stop here, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the leadership, and I also want to wish our athletes the best of luck outside. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we yield the floor to Honorable Ibori. Please let her be the last speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My very respected colleagues, I am Honorable Eriatake Ibori Swenu, member representing the great people of Ethiop East, Ethiop West constituency, Delta State. Mr. Speaker, I would like to thank this House, the leadership, for this huge support for the Olympics, because the truth is, it takes courage. It takes courage to show intent or interest. Well, you made it here. Honestly, I want to lend my voice to our colleague who said that being patriotic is actually the most important thing. And I want to say that what you've done today, the reason why you're here, the reason why you're going to Paris, is because you are patriotic Nigerians. You came out to serve. You're serving Nigerians. And I want to tell you that we're very proud of you. I personally, I speak on behalf of my people, and I tell you, I am proud. My people are proud. We are very proud because I also can see some women amongst you. And as a woman, I stand to say I am proud that you made it to the Olympics. That's already, you've broken records. You have broken records, and I'm proud and thankful to this House for the support they're giving to them. And it is my prayer, like my colleagues, as colleagues said, that we start to catch them young in various states, various constituencies, and various communities. Once we can do that, then Nigeria can truly have a strong stance at any level in sports, in the sports industry. Mr. Speaker, I thank you so much for allowing them to come today to sit with us and for us to celebrate them too as they go to Paris. Thank you.
Thank you. That was straight to the point. We really appreciate your contributions. I'm so sorry we can't take more than that.
Mr. Speaker, point
the
of order.
Committee on Sports should find a day for us to discuss
Mr. Speaker,
issues
point of order. Mr. Speaker, point of order.
Which order? We are
Order 6, Rule 1, sir.
We are not in plenary. We are in a new program to entertain our people who are here.
Well, I just wanted to draw the attention of the House. My constituent, Mr. Speaker, was a gold medalist in weightlifting, paraplegic.
Which order, please?
Order 6, Rule 1, Mr. Speaker.
Order 6, Rule 1 on what?
Just privilege. I'm privileged to have a constituent who won the paraplegic weightlifting during the 2012 Olympics, London. And as well to congratulate the Olympians, and as well to support what my colleagues have said, to ensure that the House of Representatives, through our appropriations, to give more support to the athletes who are here, Mr. Speaker.
We will allow you to say something, but Order 6, Rule 1 doesn't apply. But we will allow you.
Mr. Speaker?
We will allow you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, my amiable Speaker. My name is Honorable Obi Agocha. I represent the great people of Ikuano, Umuahia North, and Umuahia South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Abia State. Mr. Speaker, I rise with great pride and excitement today to appreciate these wonderful Nigerians who are representing Nigeria, and as well to put on record that my constituent, Ms. Ivory Wokori, in 2012 Paraplegic Olympics, won the gold medal for Nigeria. Do you remember her? Okay. So she won the gold medalist for
in super heavyweight. And today, I'm very proud to rise to support the athletes who are going to be representing our country. And I hope the inspiration that my constituent Ivory Mokore brought to this country will follow suit to all of you, that you will go there and represent Nigeria in a manner dignifying the efforts that you have trained very well. And also to join my voice, Mr. Speaker, in calling for more support to be given to them. These people have worked so hard to represent Nigeria, and I think Nigeria deserves to give them more help. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the leave of the House to add my voice to this. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We gave you an exception to that so that you'll be heard. I'm sure your constituent will be proud that his representative or her representative stood up and said something. Okay, we are going to yield the floor to one of us. One of us in the sense that the most distinguished senator. Once a senator, always a member of this parliament, who is currently serving as the Honorable Minister of Sports, our own Senator John Eno. Senator John Eno, the floor is all yours.
The Honorable Speaker and members of this hallowed chamber, the People's Chamber. Let me start by extending the condolences of the Ministry of Sports Development to the House of Representatives over the loss of the Honorable Ekene Adams, who was the chairman of the House Committee on Sports and therefore was our chairman. Earlier on yesterday, the Ministry of Sports Development, under me, paid a condolence visit to our late chairman's family. And I'm glad that this session is holding. It's already been indicated that this was his initiative, wholly and entirely. And I'm glad that even if it is to his eternal memory, that this session has had to hold. Let me start by commending the great work that has been done on these chambers, and I do so on purpose. On purpose because I walked into a different chamber than the chamber that I had sat for 12 years, in the 5th, in the 6th, and in the 7th House of Representatives. This chamber has been completely transformed, and I congratulate the leadership and the House for this. The feeling for me is nostalgic. This is a very historic event. Never in the history of our country, especially its democracy, has the sports sector been dishonored by allowing our sportsmen and women entry into the hallowed chamber. As I sat here reflecting upon this, I appreciated the fact that other than the president of our country, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, rewarding our sportsmen and women in August of 2023 with a ministry of their own, the Ministry of Sports Development. This will be the next most significant event that will be holding that, in the estimation of the ministry, gives so much recognition to the sports sector. The sports sector never gets this kind of recognition. So I thank this House and I thank the leadership of Speaker Abbas for making this to happen. And this has happened for a good purpose. And I've listened to members speak and more members, deciding to want to speak. And let me request that let this not be a one-off. Let this be a beginning conversation between the Ministry of Sports and the sports sector and the People's House, the House of Representatives. And I believe that the presence today of our sportsmen and women who have continued to do this country proud. There's about no sector that gives this country the kind of international recognition and respect than the sports sector. Every day they are competing in different parts of the world. Every day the Nigerian flag is being hoisted everywhere. The Nigerian anthem is being sung each time that we have a podium appearance abroad, outside this country. And I think that I'm glad that this House of Representatives will go down in history as a house that appreciated and recognized that. Honorable Speaker, for the 2024 Olympics that the country's contingent, a great number of them are already in Germany because the ministry has organized before now local campaign, and we are actually on our foreign campaign now for the Olympics athletes. The Paralympics are currently doing their local campaign and later on are going to go for their foreign campaign. That the country is competing in 12 different sports for the Olympic Games and about four for the Paralympic Games. For the Olympic Games, the country is presenting close to 90 athletes, and for the Paralympics, close to 30 athletes. The determination of the ministry is to outperform previous Olympic performances. Our highest point was in 1996 when we won 2 gold medals. The ministry has worked hard and is still working hard to see how much more that we can do for that respect and recognition that the ministry is concerned about. A lot of people have spoken about funding, and it is quite a challenge. Sitting with my permanent secretary and the leadership of my ministry, we were just imagining that for this effort that is coming from the House of Representatives, that all monies realized for this purpose are going to be monies that are going to be directed at the welfare of the athletes themselves. Because we have our budget that has already been approved by Mr. President, and as at yesterday, the President gave his final approval for the release of the various monies that is contained in our budget. But our budget can only do so much. One of the international federations announced a prize money of about $50,000. Our budget just about $5,000 for gold medalists, and about 3 for silver medalists, and 2 for bronze medalists. In our different local and foreign campaign, and especially at the Olympics itself, our budget has different categories of funding or monies or rewards for our athletes. Every money that is going to be realized by the effort of the House of Representatives is going to be directed at increasing and raising all those different provisions, because our sportsmen and women deserve much more than the ministry's budget has provision for. So let me thank everyone. Let me thank this effort. And let me say that we leave these chambers very proud of what the House has started today. And different people have spoken about an Olympic fund. People have spoken about what we can do for the sports sector. I remember that at the beginning of the 2024 budget season, I had personally written and signed letters to every member and saying that even if it's for our politics, but even much more for how much it can engage our youth and empower our youths. Let us start with taking sporting facilities to our federal constituencies. Let me use this opportunity and platform to further say so, and to say that collectively, I believe that our sports sector would not do badly anymore. I believe that the fortunes of the sector, and therefore of this country, can only begin to get higher and higher by the intervention and by the involvement of the People's House, the House of Representatives. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Wow. Honorable Minister, you deserve a hand clap, please. This is the quality we loan to the executive. He was prepared in this chamber as a member of House of Representatives. From this chamber, he went to the Senate. You can imagine the strength of his arguments, the confidence, the delivery, the content. We are proud of you. And the energy is infectious. And I'm sure that's the right energy needed to drive these competitors to where they need to be. Honestly, I commend your energy. I commend how passionate you are with the job Mr. President has given to you. In you, I think Mr. President made the right choice. Let me invite briefly, please, to speak to us, as allowed by the Speaker of the House, Engineer Habu Gumel. Engineer Habu Gumel is the President of the Nigerian Olympic Committee. It will be a disservice for you to be here and not say hello to the People's House. You are welcome to the microphone. The President, Nigeria Olympic Committee, NOC.
The Honorable Speaker and members of this House, my name is Tude Popola. I'm representing the President of the Nigerian Olympic Committee. I'm the Secretary General of the Nigerian Olympic Committee. My President had to go out early this morning because he's a member of the International Olympic Committee, and they have a session today. He traveled out this morning at 8 a.m. The flight has been booked, some months ago. So I need to apologize to this House, but I think I will just need to represent him well. He has said, first of all, to commiserate with this House and extend our condolences on the death of the chairman of the House Committee on Sports. And also, he has said that what we need to do is to thank this House for having a full understanding of what obtains in sports. And from what we have seen so far, with all the conversation from the different members, it seems the House have a very full understanding of what and how sports is being run in this country. I must say this, the Honourable Minister has just spoken. I won't repeat exactly what he has said, but we are proud to have him because there has been a consistent, approach to managing sports. And ever since he came, I think there has been some changes, which of course, and including luck. I will tell you, this House, this meeting, this occasion that we are in, I would say it's not just born out of luck, but out of a concerted effort to see that things work in the right way. He has been in the House for so many years, so he understands exactly how things go. We had challenges in terms of getting the WADA and the NADO issues, which has been troubling us for quite some years. He came in and was able to put those things right. And we would, or we could, or possibly not have participated in these Olympics if you had not taken that step boldly. And of course, with the support of the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, we're able to get out of that. Because some time ago, there was speculation that we may not be able to participate in these Olympics simply because of not beating up regulations. So I need to thank the Honourable Minister, for his boldness and for his calm disposition to running things. I would like to thank the members of this House for even inviting us to come in. This will be the first time that the House will come in to support us in the Olympics, support the athletes, and I can guarantee you that our athletes are so determined to ensure that they bring the best to this country. I thank you, Honourable Speakers at the House.
Thank you, President. Well said. We are so proud of the work you're doing, and you can always count on us because one of us is leading from the front row. That is the minister. We will always give him all the support to make sure that he succeeds because his success is our success. Let's invite for maybe 2 minutes the President of Paralympic Committee, Mr. Sunday Odebode. Please, 2 minutes.
Good afternoon, the Right Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria, members of the Green Chamber. I want to express my sincerity, our condolence to this House for the loss of our House Committee Chairman of Sport, Honorable Ikene Abubakar Adams. May God rest his soul. Honorable Speaker, I am delighted that this event is taking place in our lifetime. I mostly sincerely thank you on behalf of the Paralympic and my darling special athlete. We will move the mountain at the Paralympics. Sir, this is a promise. Thank you so much for your time. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you. You were very precise. We are very impressed. Let's put our hands together for the
Thank you for the
Paralympics.
support.
Please. Thank you very much. I will now invite two athletes, one from NOC, one from PCN for 1 minute, to say hello to the house. Those who are going for competition, we need one person from NOC, one person from PCN. 1 minute. Please help her. And then after that, there will be a speech from Speaker, and then we adjourn the House. We plan to leave here by 2 o'clock. While you are getting the PCN ready, can NOC speak to us?
Okay. Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, if you're ready, Paralympic, you can go ahead. Sit.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Speaker, please, may I be permitted to stand on the existing protocols? On behalf of all the athletes, to the House Committee on Sport, we said that please accept our heartfelt condolences on the demise of the chairman of the House Committee. Sir, we just, on behalf of all the athletes, we just say a very big thank you for your effort to make sure that we keep on flying the flag of Nigeria. So we say a very big thank you. And thank you for your support, because your support has been an immense help to us, for us to prepare and to make sure we make the country proud. So we say a very big thank you to you. And speaking on patriotic, we pledge our allegiance to be of our good behavior while representing the country, and to surpass our previous records. We plead with God on our side that we are going to make the country proud, and we will surpass our records by God's grace. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's words of confidence. Thank you very much. Yes, let's have NOC, 1 minute. Yeah, come, you can use the one in front. Yes. No, the one in front, yeah, of the other one, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, House of Reps, and my teammates, I want to say a very big thank you for the opportunity. My name is Lawrence Becky. On behalf of my team, or on behalf of Team Nigeria, I want to say a very big thank you for your big work, for bringing sports at large in Nigeria. I want to say a very big thank you for the opportunity, for the financial opportunity and encouragement you are giving us young athletes. May God continue to bless you, and may God continue to strengthen you as you bring these good works to us. Thank you very much. And we promise to be patriotic. We promise to represent our country in a patriotic manner. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was very brief. The chairman spoke. Is the chairman disability here? Daudu, can you say something? 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Thank you very much for giving me the floor. I think this is a great day for the Federal House of Representatives and for our constituents, that we have deemed it fit to recognize, from my own perspective, the Paralympics. And we can all attest to the fact that the spirit of their strength to be persons with disability and still be able to be effective in sports. I have no doubt, because of the level of their training and their competence, that this time around they are going to bring more laureates for Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sticking to time. Very proud of you and your contribution. Let me now go to this address of Mr. Speaker, Yan Zhao Zhao, who is the head of this house, that has asked me to deliver this speech to our invited guests. It is with great joy and deep sense of duty that I welcome the Honorable Minister of Sports, Senator John Eno, the President, Nigerian Olympics Committee, Engineer Habu Gumel, President, Paralympic Committee of Nigeria, Mr. Sunday Odebode, and our esteemed Olympic and Paralympic contingent to the House of Representatives Chamber. As we gather here today, I'm reminded of the visionary leadership of Honorable Ekene Abubakar Adams, the chairman of the House Committee on Sports, who sadly passed away yesterday. It was his initiative to host our exceptional spokesmen and women in this chamber. And this session stands as a tribute to his dedication and honor to his memory. I invite us all to stand up and observe a minute silent in his honor. May we rise, please. May his gentle soul rest in peace. Our nation's journey in the Olympic Games beginning in 1952 has been a symbol of the unity and strength of Nigeria. However, it is with a heavy heart that we acknowledge that a gold medal has eluded us since the 1996 Atlanta Games. This long gap underscores the challenges and the need for renewed commitment to sports excellence. Paris 2024 presents a unique opportunity for us to change these narratives and make history once again. Let us seize this moment to reclaim our place at the top and bring home the gold that our country so eagerly anticipates. As we anticipate the Paris Olympics in 2024, we must emphasize that funding for sports cannot be done on the eve of a competition. Proper funding and support must begin years in advance to ensure our athletes are adequately prepared. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has made commendable effort to reinvigorate the sports sector, and the National Assembly will support him fully in this regard. However, the responsibility of funding should not rest solely on the government. The private sector and citizens alike must collaborate to support our athletes. Investment in sports are investment in the unity and future of our nation. Today's gathering is an expression of our unwavering support for you, our Olympian. We stand here to inspire and motivate you to achieve great heights at the forthcoming global sporting event in Paris. The House of Representatives, and indeed all Nigerians represented by this People's House, are solidly behind you. We urge you to carry our national torch with pride, uphold our values, and represent Nigeria with dignity and honor. Our legislative agenda prioritizes sports development, recognizing its vital role in national unity, youth engagement, and economic growth. The House is committed to supporting policies and crafting laws that promote sports at all levels, ensuring our athletes receive the support and infrastructure necessary to excel. On a global scale, We aim to position Nigeria as a leader in sports, advocating for international cooperation and the development of sports as a means of fostering peace and understanding. In honor of our late colleague, Honorable Ekene Abubakar Adams, and our commitment to supporting our Olympians, the House of Representatives and all its members will make a personal contribution towards the success of the Olympics and to support our Nigerian athletes. Your journey to Paris is not just a quest for medals, but a mission to elevate the spirit of our nation. I call on all well-meaning Nigerians to emulate this gesture of the House and support our athletes. We are confident in your abilities and are certain that the memories of this section will remain fresh in your minds, spurring you on to achieve record-breaking performances. Go to Paris with a clear mindset, with dedication and determination to surpass our previous record. We believe in you, and you know you will make us proud. As you embark on this significant journey, remember that you are ambassadors of Nigeria. Promote our national pride, promote our values, promote our ethos in all your endeavors at the Olympics. The House stands in solidarity with you, praying for your success and wishing you the very best. Thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I will not end that speech from Mr. Speaker without conveying to you the decision of the leadership and the membership of this House, that we have decided to start the ball rolling, to kick it rolling, with a sum of 100 million naira to support the team. 100 million naira. The House of Representatives will be supporting you with 100 million naira. And we are using this opportunity to call on other lovers of sport, because sport, unites us as a nation. It creates jobs. At a time when we are looking for employment for our children, I can assure you, if we can build our sports facilities, and increase support there, funding there, we will increase employment rate in the country. We urge private sector to also make Nigeria proud by making these ones comfortable when they go to get us the many trophies that we're expecting. We wish you congratulations in advance. We are counting on you. May the spirit of Nigeria accompany you, the spirit of unity, the spirit of progress. Thank you very much, and God bless you. I want to recognize our own brother, a lover of sports, to use that microphone there on Wi-Fi. He wants to make a contribution. We know we say it as an institution and individually. We have given you 100 million, but there are members who want to support. Yeah, the money we are donating to this team is coming from our salaries. From the House of Representatives salaries, that's why we are taking the money to help these competitors. Yes, please.
In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most gracious, the most merciful, I remain Honorable Aminu Balele, member representing the gentle and patriotic peoples of Dutama and Kurfi constituency. On behalf of myself, my beloved family, my constituents, and the Nigerian Army, we are giving our donation or our contribution of $2,000. Thank you very much to the Olympians. They are going to Paris. They are not going to Jigawa. Thank you very much.
Okay. The amount, will you hear the amount? $2,000. Okay. He's giving his widow's mites of $2,000 to support you, in equivalence in Nigeria. In Naira, yes. Thank you. That's about 3 million Naira. He's giving them 3 million Naira.
3 million
Naira. 3 million Naira, not dollars. 3 million
3
Naira.
million. Thank you.
Okay, so we now invite the chairman, the Minister of Sports, to come for the presentation of the new kit to the Right Honorable Speaker, Senator John Eno. And after that, we'll have a group photograph when we go out. This is 3 million naira. It's already here, so we are giving it to you immediately. Right, that brings us to the end of that special section, a section dedicated to support the Olympians going to Paris, and we urge Nigerians make a little sacrifice to support this one so that they can bring us the trophy. I now call on the Deputy Leader to move for adjournment of this House to tomorrow, same time, same place. Honorable colleagues, Abdullah Ibrahim Halims is my name. I'm from Kogi State. I hereby move that this House do adjourn to tomorrow, Thursday, same time, same venue. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Leader, please, can you second?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I remain Ali Issa JC. I rise to second that the House do adjourn till tomorrow, 11 a.m. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion that the House do adjourn till tomorrow, same time, same place, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes will go, the nays will stay. House is hereby adjourned till tomorrow, same time, same place.